Hey guys, welcome back to the campaign. So we were left in a room with thick webs that were hanging from the corners and ceiling of the room all the way down to the floor, where there was dozens of tiny spiders crawling about on the webs. We had ascertained that these spiders were way too small to be the source of these larger webs. We had discovered a dead goblin was wrapped up as well. And at that point is where these 3 black widow spiders dropped down from the ceiling and surprised us. In the book, there's the black widow spiders. These are half the size and half the stats. So I dare say that these are baby giant black widows, but that's where we're at, and they get first move. They got 1 hit die, so let's check on their hit points here. We'll do it live. One's got 4, one's got 5, and one has 8. Yikes. The first spider right there is trying to decide whether he goes after Duke or Ulrich. Evens Ulrich. Oh, he goes after Duke. As I said at the end of the last video, these things are shooting around with terrifying speed. It shocks Duke as this spider runs up to him and attacks, tries to bite him. Using the crappy dice for the monsters, so the spider needs a 14 to hit Duke. He's gonna miss. This spider right here, 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's gonna go after Harold. Remember, Harold's currently holding the torch. Speaking of holding the torch, I was gonna tell you at the beginning of the video and I forgot. I'm now using usage dice from the Black Hack, which I am going to try out for this campaign. I've always liked this idea, so I wanna try it out. Basically, everything that can be used up has a certain die. So for example, torches. When I use a torch, I roll a d6. If I get a 1 or 2, I drop to a lower dice, which would be next time I'd roll the d4. And if I get 1 or 2 on that, then I'm out of torches. I think it's a great system for tracking resources. We're gonna find out. Harold's got an AC of 9. That means the spider needs an 11. Oh no! That is a crit. The spider moves up and bites the crap out of Harold. So it's D4 for damage on the bite, since these are babies. So I could get a 2, but then there's a paralyzation effect. It's usually poison will kill you from these spiders, but this just paralyzes you. Let's see what we get. That's a 4. That's gonna be 8 damage to Harold. So as you know, we let the hirelings use our death and dying chart. He didn't go to -10, so he's in the middle chart right there. So Harold still gets a save versus death. Harold saves as a 1st level fighter. He needs a 16 or up, or he is straight up dead. 15! Oh no! The spider's fangs sink deep into Harold's chest, pulling him down to the ground while simultaneously killing him. The torch hits the ground. Everyone looks back. Dude, that really sucks. We've lost both of our hirelings, and now one of us has to carry the torch. That spider back there is either gonna go for Uma or St. Timothy. Even St. Timothy. St. Timothy it is. Spider's gonna run up to him and bite him. St. Timothy's got an AC of 5, so he needs a 15 or above. That's gonna miss. I was hoping it was our turn, but that was a surprise attack. Now it's initiative. I have the red dice. They get it. I can't remember if I've ever won initiative. Maybe once. First spider, even Ulrich. That's Ulrich this time. So the spider switches over and goes after Ulrich. Needs a 16 to hit Ulrich. Nope. Spider lunges at Ulrich, but he pulls his shield up and knocks it back. This spider here turns and goes at Uma. Uma's got an AC of 7. This thing needs a 13. Dude, no. Man, this is horrible. No! That's gonna be 8 damage to Uma. It's gonna bring her down to the ground. She goes to -3 and she's gotta make a save. Her save versus death is 14. Come on. Uma is dead. What? This is crazy. That spider back there is attacking St. Timothy. Needs a 15. He's gonna miss. It's our turn. Let's see which is the boss spider with the most hit points. 1, 2, or 3. That's gonna be the one on Ulrich, that's actually good. Just a reminder, Uma had +2 to AC as well from drinking from the fountain, but in this case with the 20, it still didn't matter. Ulrich needs a 12 or over to hack this thing. Yes, he gets it. He gets 1d8 +2. That's 5 damage. Duke's gonna try to bite a hold of one of the spider's legs. He needs a 14. That's a miss. Elena turns around and draws her bow and fires on this spider that just dropped her friend. She needs a 12 because she's got +2. Are you serious? The bowstring snaps. What is going on here? St. Timothy's gonna try to smash this spider with the Goblin Shaman's club. He needs a 14. He's gonna miss. Imagine that. As I said last time, love the old school initiative. We get another chance now to jump up ahead. That's a tie. We get it. We needed that. Ulrich's gonna try to slay the spider. Come on, you need a 12. Yo, gets it. 8 +2, the spider's got 3 left. Yeah, that's 5 damage. Ulrich stabs down through the spider's abdomen and pretty much pins it to the floor, and its legs just sort of curl under it. For his move, he's gonna turn around and see Uma on the floor not breathing, and he's going to move over here. Duke will follow by his master's side and come over here and bite like that. Duke needs a 14. Oh, that was on 19 and it rolled over. That's a miss. Elena throws the bow down onto the ground. For her move, she jumps over Uma and attacks the spider. Using the Goblin Underboss hand axe, she needs 14. That's a miss. St. Timothy with the club. He needs a 14. It's a miss. Jeez. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what first level adventures should look like. This really dangerous spider right here. 1, 2, 3. He goes after Duke. Needs a 14. Duke avoids getting bit again. That spider is trying to get through St. Timothy's defenses. He needs a 15 or over. 14, that's a miss. Initiative. Wow, tied. Wow, tied again. Okay, we take it, nice. Now we have 3 attacks versus this spider here. Come on, Ulrich. He needs a 12 with a sword. It's gonna miss. Bumbling around again. Duke needs a 14. That's a miss. Granted, I said these things move with terrifying speed. Between them being first level adventurers basically off the street, and they're fighting these deadly spider hunters here, they're holding their own okay, I guess. Wait a minute, we've got flanking right there. Ulrich should add flanking. All right, that's my bad. I should have noticed that. I gotta remember that stuff. Elena is going to attack the spider with flanking. She now needs a 12. 18, nice. Buries the axe. Spider's got 4 hit points, come on. 2 damage. No, that spider actually has 5 hit points. He took 2 damage, now he's got 3 left. This one over here has 4 hit points. St. Timothy, wielding a wooden club that is carved into the likeness of a goblin head at the end of it. It's gonna swing down onto the spider. He needs a 14. Nope. Jeez, what a mess. The real dangerous spider. 1, 2, 3. This time he goes for Ulrich, which is actually good. Ulrich's got an AC of 4, so the spider needs a 16. Yo, that's gonna be a miss. Critical. Guys, leave a comment below. How do you want to do monster criticals when they don't have a weapon? Do we want to give them like disadvantage of -4 on their next attack? Do we want them not to go on the next attack? What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. That spider back there needs a 15. He gets a critical miss as well. There has been like several rounds of nobody hitting anybody. This is insane. Okay, so seems to be getting really dangerous. St. Timothy is gonna declare on this initiative that he's gonna cast a spell. So let's do initiative. Dude, there we go. Who does that spider go after? 1, 2, or 3? Nope. 1, 2, or 3. 1, it's gonna turn around and try to bite Elena. Maybe the spider realized it wasn't getting through Ulrich's shield and defenses, so it turns around. Now she has a magical ring and jacket on, a black leather jacket, so let's see how that fares for the spider. Spider needs a 15. That's a miss. I forgot to declare that he is going to be casting Cure Light Wounds in reverse on that spider, so cause light wounds. So that's a touch spell, but if the spider hits me, the spell is lost for the day. If spider gets a 15 or higher, I lose the spell. Damn it! So I think maybe he pulls out his holy symbol and starts a prayer, and in the middle of it gets bit. And Ulrich, you need a 12. Yes! D8 plus 2. That's enough to kill that spider as well. Duke runs over to this spider and tries to bite him. He's a 14. That's a miss. Elena, hand axe to the spider. She's got flanking. She needs a 12 or above. 15, that's a hit. She's got 4 damage, come on. Yeah, she's gonna kill him. Nice work. We get 75 experience for the spiders. And we bring our comrades' bodies to the center of the room like this. Everyone's just being really kind of quiet and somber. We're gonna bind our wounds while we're here. We'll start with Ulrich. All right, he's gonna get 1 hit point. He's only down by 1. And I gotta remember, he's got cleave. I got a big sign sitting here. And he gets +2 to his attacks. I forgot that the whole battle. Holy crap. Guys, it's a lot to juggle 4 characters and record. So forgive me. I will be working on getting all of this locked into memory. And that's from drinking the fountain water. And he gets it until the end of the adventure. He's gonna get 3 hit points. Nobody else needs to bind their wounds. Actually, Duke didn't either. Like I said, everyone's just kind of quiet right now, and we're checking out this dead goblin body, and it's got some puncture wounds in it like the spiders had killed him. In our search, we find a bag with 14 gold pieces in it. There's a wooden dragon toy that's carved really nicely. That's worth 50 gold. And there's a wand of magic missiles. So none of us can use it, so perhaps we can sell it. Or if we hire on another magic user, we could hand it over so they'd start with something decent. Ulrich is hanging onto the wand, and Elena said she would take the dragon toy. Looks like something she could sell. And St. Timothy, he took the cash because he wants to donate to his church when they get back. 1, 2, 3. 1. Sadly, Ulrich comes around here and reaches sort of into Uma's robe and removes the energy heart and puts it into his pocket. Everyone just is feeling really bad about this right now. So I have this item sheet where I'm gonna write all the magic items on here. And then when I'm playing, I can just refer to this like in the heat of the battle. And I'll be able to see things a lot easier. Since both of the guys have a shield, Elena offers to fire up a torch as the one laying over here is just about to go out. So we're gonna have to roll the usage dice for her. She fires up a torch. As long as I don't roll a 1 or 2, I don't have to move to a lower dice. Good, we still got plenty more torches. So we're gonna hide the bodies back here in the corner behind these webs. I mean, if that's all that the spiders that there were, we'll be okay. But if we can come back in here and get the bodies out of here. One really cool thing in Dragonslayer is you can have a funeral pyre for your fallen comrades, and whatever gold you offer up, like for instance, if we just used all her gold and the gold that we were gonna pay him, we get that in experience points. Super dope mechanic. So yeah, we're gonna hide these two back here in the corner underneath those webs and hopefully come back for them. And now we travel forward without Uma. Standing in the middle of the cavernous corridor up ahead is a strange stone pillar. Dozens of odd symbols and faintly glowing glyphs run up and down its sides. In the distance, a large pool of water dominates the cavern. On the far side of the pool is a small island on which something glitters in the faint light of the torch. We can see up ahead to the east, the passage goes out that way. I'm gonna give Ulrich a perception check. That's a wisdom check. He needs under 10. He gets it. So in the distance out through there, we can hear the same voices that we heard in the room before, back at the beginning. So we think that maybe this whole thing sort of circles around. We're just going to move with a little bit more stealth. But right now we're looking at this obelisk. We don't need an intelligence check to notice out of the dozens and dozens of symbols and glyphs, there is one dominating image, and it's on 4 sides of this thing. And that seems to be of waves or water. Elena thinks that there's something going on here she might be able to manipulate, and she starts running her fingers over the symbols, and Ulrich tells her to be careful. So does Timothy, but she thinks she can figure this out. She says, "It sure would be nice to have a wizard's help." Obviously talking about Uma. Elena's gonna make a dexterity check. She needs under 16. Dude, they are not heroes, and they're not supposed to be at first level. You know, you shouldn't have a +8 bonus to that at first level. You need to fail in order to get better. Unfortunately, that critical failure counts as 2 failures in the little challenge I had put together. She can't figure this out. A turn goes by, 10 minutes. At this point, the focus has become on the glittering pile of treasure or whatever that is over there. These sides can't be navigated. That's all collapsing into the water. The same on that side over there. But these guys are debating going across. I mean, there is gold. Does Ulrich want to try to swim over there? He does. How about Elena? She does. How about Timothy? Okay, the group has decided they definitely want to swim over and try to get this gold. So after checking out the water, like right when you get in, it's about 10 feet deep, it seems. And then after that, it just goes down into darkness, so you can't really tell how deep it is. Everybody definitely does have an uneasy feeling about the chamber. The water is just so still. Elena tells Ulrich, look, you're wearing chainmail armor. You have a chance of drowning if you can't swim really well. St. Timothy is wearing light armor. Ulrich's wearing medium. So with light armor, it's only a 10% chance. Elena says, look, why don't you and Duke wait here? Keep an eye, and me and Timothy will swim across. Reluctantly, Ulrich agrees. Swimming is half your movement rate. Right there, about 3 inches out. She has to make a swimming check or a drowning check. She's wearing light armor, and so it's just doesn't want to get under a 10. 31. She's swimming out there just fine. The same with St. Timothy. His thoughts of donating some of this to the church are just overwhelming him. Don't get under 10. 94, he's good. Both of these two have to roll a d20. We have to roll a random PC here. So evens is Elena. It's Elena. As these two are swimming across, Elena looks over at Timothy and says, There's something in the water. Timothy looks at her with a really scared look on his face. Whatever this is needs a 15 to hit her. It's gonna miss. Ulrich yells, "Get out of there, you two!" And suddenly, in a burst of water, a large vine-like tentacle made of seaweed shoots up out of the water, almost like a giant constrictor snake, and it's trying to grab Elena. It's initiative. Oh, it wins. The grasping seaweed doesn't really care who it grabs. It's just going to try to grab one of these two. Evens Elena. Yep, it's her again. It would typically need a 15 on her, but it's gonna get advantage, which is +4 because they're struggling swimming in the water. So it needs an 11. It's gonna miss, nice. Elena finishes her swim and gets over here to the shore. And the same with Timothy. He hurries up and swims over there and gets up onto the shore. And this thing's just sort of waving around in the air. These two get over to this side. They've discovered that this is some sort of trap that has been set because this is all junk over here. Does Timothy pick a piece up while he's looking at it? Let's see. No, he doesn't. Good thing. It's actually Ulrich's go. He's gonna try to shoot this thing with an arrow. He's a 13. Of course, he shoots the arrow off and it hits the back of the cavern back there, almost hits Elena. Initiative. We get it. Ulrich's gonna load up one of his double damage arrows. And when he knocks it in the bow, it's glowing. He's never saw that before. And he lets this thing fly. He needs a 13. It's gonna miss. Gotta mark one off. Elena has 3 of Uma's daggers. She's gonna throw one of them. If she misses, it's lost in the water. She has +2, so she needs a 11. She gets it. D4. 4 damage, nice. The dagger sticks in the grasping seaweed. St. Timothy really can't do anything. He's got to get something like a sling or something. The grasping seaweed descends back into the pool depths. And now everybody just kind of feels stuck. So she's looking over here. Even it's a shorter distance than there, but even over there, she's not going to make it all the way. Ulrich and Duke move over to here to try to get Elena to come over that way. And there's nothing here we can do. We have to go back across. There's nowhere to go. And now we know this was some kind of trap set up because that's all junk over there. Elena starts swimming across, and so does Timothy. They're trying to avoid the center of the pool over here. Evens is Elena. It's her again. First thing we got to do is see if she has trouble swimming. She needs over 10. 43, she's fine. Same with Timothy. Ooh, he gets an 18. He's still okay though. He's a little scared while he's swimming. And because they're swimming, this thing just needs an 11 to hit her. It's an 18. They're about right there, and St. Timothy looks over at Elena, and something wraps around her leg with a great strength, pulls her under, and then she struggles to get back to the top again. Maybe she takes like a mouthful of this nasty water. The seaweed's got a hold of her leg. It's gonna do D4 damage to her. Only 1 damage, that's good. She has to make a strength check. She needs under 10. Yes, okay. She does struggle enough to keep herself above the water, so it's trying to drown her. It's trying to pull her to the bottom of the pool. Initiative. We win it, sweet. So Elena does have Uma's daggers, as I said. She could attack regularly pretty much with those, maybe -2 instead of -4 attacking underwater with them. She can do that and try to damage it, or she can try to make a strength check and get out of it. What's she gonna do? Even a strength check. She's gonna try to cut it loose with the dagger. Might not have been the smartest route. She needs a 15. No. This is a character making moment right here for St. Timothy. He can either try to help her right now by doing a strength check, or he can try, he's so scared, he just tries to get to the shore himself. Let's see what kind of man is he. Does he try to help Elena? No, he doesn't. He continues on and he's like shivering and shaking and gets up here. And Ulrich moves over to the edge as well. He really doesn't want to get in the water either. Elena starts screaming for help from these two. It's initiative. We win it. Okay, so she's going to try to do a strength check. Does she try to cut it or strength check? Even, cut it. Odd, she's gonna try a strength check. He's under 10. She gets it. Now, Elena's not mad about what just happened. If another turn, if that would have went differently, then she would have started thinking that these two didn't give a crap about her and just left her out there to die. But it all sort of happened in one motion of getting over to the shore, struggling to get over to the shore, and she busted out not too long after that. Because even though these two got to the shore, they were formulating a plan to get to her, and when she called out for them, they looked like they were gonna jump in. I was gonna give charisma checks to her. So no hard feelings on that one. Hey, it's survival, man. This is a dungeon, you know, you can't get in your feelings. Now everybody needs to make a wisdom check. The way I see it is when you're not looking for something and you happen to notice it, it's wisdom. When you're actively looking for something, you're using your intelligence. Ulrich needs under a 10. Got it. Need to waste time and roll for everybody else once Ulrich has this. They pull her up to the shore. Everybody's gonna bind their wounds. Gets 2 of them. Side's almost drowning. Elena only took 1 damage. She's back to full. Ulrich's back to full. Everybody's on full. As we're binding our wounds, we hear some sizzling coming from the water down there at the far end by the island. Like almost like something is dripping down into the water from up above. And we raise our eyes up more toward the ceiling of this vast cavern. As we do, we see this. A young black dragon blends almost seamlessly with the shadow. Its glossy, wet-looking scales catch only the faintest light, and its green, glowing eyes sweep the room with calculating intelligence. Thin trails of acidic saliva glimmer between its needle-sharp teeth and drip down to the water below. It disappears into the darkness. Ulrich says, "Was that a dragon?" Elena says, "Maybe there's more here than meets the eye." St. Timothy, is this who's behind the goblins? Guys, that's where we're going to end it. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know you're watching and if you like it or not. And hey, we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.